information, I placed on a video earlier in discussing the issue of the Jackie Robinson team that got stripped of their title. I had stated that they won when they went overseas. Well, I did my homework and they lost to South Korea. I thought they had won, but no, they lost. So I want to correct that. They did win the American Little League Championships, which qualified them to play overseas. So, however, my position still is they are American champions, and they won fair and square. They are American. That qualifies them to be on that team. They beat their competitors in the United States, and they were from Chicago. Their families lived in Illinois. They are all American citizens, so that qualifies them. This thing with this CEO Stephen D. Keener, whatever his name is, he's the CEO of Little League. He decided, with his little circle, decided that they broke the rules. What he's saying is a bunch of bullshit. Talking about they didn't have all their players didn't come from within the boundary of their school. Well, again, I urge people to do your homework, study the history of the Little League teams and those white teams that won championships of the United States. All their boys did not live within the boundary in their school. You do your homework and do that. And I've listened to a radio. I turned the radio off because I knew it was gonna get some niggas. I have to say it. When you don't do your homework and you don't study the history of this before you open your mouth on the radio agreeing with something, you sound like a fool. And you sound like you have no self-esteem. And that is exactly what they want you to do, is fold. I'm hearing someone say, well, they can't do that. They can't go building super teams, get somebody from over there and bring them over here. Man, they've been doing that crap all the time. You really think that the white little league teams that have been winning them championships for America actually have all their players live in the same vicinity as their school? Hell no. What you think they do? They recruit them from other places and stuff in the suburbs. Do your homework before you agree some stuff like this. This has nothing to them stripping them of their title has nothing to do with any rules or any little boundary. It got something to do with racism. It got something to do with white supremacy being supreme and having to be in the idea of the world that white males, white females have to always be on top. And again, I must stress, I'm not blanketing all of white America, because all of white America don't have the white supremacy sickness. But the people who believe in white supremacies, okay, like your Donald Sterlings and maybe some other owners that own some of these franchise teams, they have white supremacy thinking in their thought process. And they just could not stand that a black little league team that looked like me was the pride of the country, pretty much the world. Because the world, the other countries and people around the world was giving them they due. They couldn't stand that some black team that represented America, and they wasn't white, they were black, representing America getting praise. They didn't want that. They didn't want that because they're trying to sell what they need to sell themselves around the world, and they can't have a black face on it. They got to have a white face on it. Or if it's gonna be black, it's got to have some white handlers behind it, a white coach. This little league team was all black. They were all black managed. That's what they didn't want you to see. They didn't want us to have any idea that we can manage any damn thing and be successful. See, if they had a white coach, you wouldn't be hearing about this. If their coach was white, you wouldn't be hearing about this. This is racism. It's racism at its finest, all promoted by white supremacy. They want to try to strip them, to take the dignity out of our people, so we can't have nothing to, and historically that we can look at and put on the shelf and raise our elevate our self-esteem and our character. They don't want us to have nothing like that. Okay, that's all what this is about. Don't you never forget it.